All right, so next thing I want to really talk about is when you're enrolling people, I want you to think about the numbers I shared with you. If you get 20 or 30 people, you bring me in this week, and I want you to see the law of exponential growth. If I introduce 20 people this week, and we do some three-ways and we follow up, and the key to a three-way is as soon as you follow up and say, what do you like best, no matter what happens, you know what I want to do next? I want to introduce you to who's going to help us build this business. I'd like to introduce you to a very, very powerful upline partner, a team member. I'd like to introduce you to my team member that can help answer questions for you. So a brand new person wants to know there's someone other than you to help them. Here's the thing about the newest people. Now I know you're all highly credible and you have great backgrounds and everyone trusts you, but you're going to run into people in your teams that have some challenging backgrounds. And the people in their life are going to look suspect at them. And they're going to be not sure about whether that person can help them or train them. And they actually know this person's never been successful before, but they have a vision for the company. You need to help them. And so you need to teach them to say, when you're on the line with the people that you're talking to, tell them you want to introduce them to their upline team member or one of the corporate affiliates of the company that will help answer and support them. So that person feels supported. Because if I know that Don has never done this before, has never made any money before, why would I want Don to teach me? It's a really interesting question, right? This happens to thousands of people every day. So Don has to create a space that says, you know, I'm brand new, I don't know everything, but I'll tell you what, I can introduce you to Tom, or Denise, or Ken, or Eric that will help us both build this business. And that's going to make me feel comfortable, like, oh great, I want to introduce. So now Don says, hey, here's Tim or Tom or whoever, and I'm like, great, now I know this. I like Fred. Fred's a great upline. Okay, I can work with Fred and Don. All right, Don doesn't know a whole lot, but Fred, man, I can tell he knows what's going on. Then people join you. I'll just tell you, you're going to be wildly successful the more people you connect to upline. And I know that many of you already know this, but sometimes you forget it. And I'm going to remind you that your brand new person needs to meet as many stories as possible in the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Because the more stories they hear, the more likely they're going to be successful. You understand? Everyone with me?
Yes.
Very important. Tom could answer the questions, any question pretty much in the company. What Tom does a lot of times is, hey, Scott, can you do a three-way? Tom, can you do a three-way? You know, Scott Reese, can you do it? He does three-ways. He doesn't have to do a three-way. Eric doesn't have to do a three-way. Some of these people, they don't have to do three-ways. They do it because that's the process. Really important. Okay, here's what's also important. I just enrolled 20 or introduced 20 or 30 people. I get my 4. If everyone followed what I just said, then my 4 next week will introduce 20 or 30. That means next week I have 80 exposures on my team. That's important. Don't focus on the people, focus on the exposures. The law of averages will take care of it. So if my team now is exposing 80, guess what? There's 80 follow-ups and 80 process next week. I'm going to enroll a bunch more people. If that goes on the next week, there's 320 exposures in week 3. So if you're brand new, I just took a brand new person who exposed 20, who probably has 3 or 4 that exposed 80, who's now going to expose 300. Law of averages takes hold. All of a sudden, your team's going to grow by 20, 30, 40 people if you're exposing 300. That's exciting. You're just only a few weeks old. The following week, you have 1,000 exposures. The difference between those people that make extraordinary incomes and those people that get started are just the exponential effect of the number of exposures. The story is unbelievable. People love this story. It's a tell me more story. You want to be successful, just have more exposures in your team. People will sign up in this company. There's very few objections that are like life-threatening objections here. They're very simple objections. Most people are like, how do you do that? That's incredible. Most people are like, that's unbelievable. If that's true, most people really say, if everything you're saying is true, this thing's going to be a giant. Well, good news. For you, it's all true. I mean, the number one question Monty and I get when we're on tour, you guys don't really customize the vitamins, do you? You don't really, you're just telling people, right? I mean, I'll keep telling the story, but that's all you're really doing, right? We get this all the time. And the fact of the matter is, yes, that's what we really do, and that's what's exciting about it. So, you know, I'm just going to encourage you to take a look at that. So, where to put people. I want to talk a little bit about where to put people in your organization. Okay, so you're brand new, or maybe you've been in the business a short period of time. When you're brand new, you're just trying to balance things out. So I'm going to share with you the 1 month, sort of 3 month, 6 month strategy of where to put people. The 1 month strategy is you just expose a bunch of people and you put half on the left and half on the right for the next 30 days. There's no way to predict which kernel of corn is going to pop. Okay? When you have popcorn and you throw a bunch of kernels in and you turn up the heat and the oil, there's no way you can paint a piece of popcorn and guess which one's going to pop, okay? It doesn't work that way. Which one's going to go first? So stop trying to think you can do it with human beings. You have no idea their backstory. You have no idea their unconcerned and unspoken commitments and fears. Everyone shows up with this bunch of stuff going on called life. And just because you think someone's perfect doesn't mean their timing is perfect. How you build a big business is based on perfect timing for everybody. You're all here because the timing worked. Other people didn't show up this weekend. Timing didn't work. Some of them wanted to be here just as badly as you did. Timing didn't work. You're here. They're not. It's nothing against you or them. It's timing. So you're going to build this business based on moments of time. Timing, 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 timing. So when you're building a business and you want to explode, the first 30 days, put half on your left, half on your right. You have no idea what's going to happen. And whether you enroll 2 on your left and 2 on your right, or 4 on your left, 4 on your right, 10 on your left, 10 on your right, just keep it fairly balanced at first. At the end of about 60 days, you're going to notice a trend. You're going to see one group's growing faster than the other group. Hence, you have a lead team and a pursuit team. You do not have a lead or a pursuit team for about 60 days. I mean, technically you might, but you really don't know which is really leading, because in the first 2 months it could switch at any given time. Don't get caught up in this. Please don't analyze it. Don't try to balance it. I mean, we have people call the company, hey, I have 48 people on my left side and 45 on my right. I want to put this one on the other side. But the compensation plan doesn't pay you based on how many people on your left and right. It's paying you on the business volume during that pay period on your left and right. You could have a lot of people on your left and very few on the right. The very few on the right could generate more sales volume than the many on the left. It really makes no difference at all. So at the beginning, stop analyzing. Teach people to stop analyzing, just go to work. Now, after about 60 days, you can begin to say, I'll start to put people on my pursuit team. You're going to analyze that. And you're going to do 2 things. You're going to put on your pursuit team on your outside leg. So you want to keep outside, outside. So whether you're outside your lead or outside pursuit, you're going to build on your outside, outsides as often as you can, just as you continue to build, unless you personally enroll people on your pursuit team or your lead team and you want to help them in some way. You could choose to place somebody. Let's say you're in my downline. I've enrolled you. You're personally enrolled by me. I'm going to enroll a couple more people. I can either put them on my pursuit outside, or if I enrolled you and I get a matching bonus on you, maybe I'm going to put it on your inside because that's your pursuit leg now. And I'm going to help you build your sales team bonus. So either drill for the first couple months on your outside, and then I'd say about 3 or 4 months in, you might start placing people on your personally enrolled people's pursuit teams. That will drive their sales team bonus, which drives your matching bonus, and it still takes care of you. You don't have to get too confused on this. I'm just giving you a strategy in the first 30, 60 days. Outside, 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 outside. Don't worry about it. Split it up. Then after time, start to take care of and help maybe some of your personally enrolled people. Make sense? You're also going to benefit from your lead team's pursuit team. So even if you have 5,000 people on your lead team and you put a couple people on that team, if you enroll people under, let's say I'm on your lead team and I've got 500 people underneath me on my lead side, you might enroll some people on my pursuit side, because that's going to help me build my pursuit side, which is going to make my check bigger, which makes your check bigger. Okay, so you're either building your pursuit team or helping your personally enrolled people build their pursuit team. Follow me? No more on that. Don't worry about the comp plan, just move forward. The key